Hello, everybody. So, today we're going to learn about self discipline. Let's talk about how we manage our time. Where do we spend most of your time? So, what you really need to do is to work on your daily routine. Discipline is something like you don't work 1 hour for one thing and quit doing for next few days. Instead, practice 15 minutes every day without failing. That's self discipline. Also, the self discipline teaches us to be consistent in what we do or what we want to become. If we want to become musicians, then we must practice music every day. That's self discipline. So, let's talk about how we can develop the self discipline mindset. So, what really mindset does is that first off, mindset needs discipline, which we just talked about that before. So mind needs rest before we sleep. Mind is like think about that, it's like a big factory where production never stops and it will continue to produce something. Hence, mind takes it what you feed it. What we need to do is to develop growth mindset as opposed to fixed mindset. So, growth mindset would allow you to think something outside of the box. It means practicing words of possibility as opposed to limitation. When you have growth mindset, you would have the possibility of doing something better instead of putting yourself in a limitation. Sometimes we say that, oh, I have limited knowledge about something. So when you have that growth mindset, you would start thinking how you can train your mind better. But we have to keep in mind that without consistency in action, we can't keep the momentum. That's what we need to learn. So let's talk about what are some of the important things that we need to create self-discipline. One thing from my experience, what I would say is that we would have to express gratitude for everything that we have in life. So basically, what we need to do is to focus and be grateful for what we have, not what we lack. Many things happen throughout the day. Say your parents, for their support to help you grow and develop, say thank you to them. You can also say thank you to your mom for cooking and giving you food every day. Isn't that amazing? So you might be wondering that what would that take to learn self-discipline? Before we get into that part, so let's talk about what self-discipline is. It's a set of standard habits that train the mind to control your actions in a particular way without needing anyone else to tell you what to do. Self-discipline, it's a consistency in process that cannot be inconsistent. So you have to remember that. It is the practice of self-care needs in some way that requires solid time management skills. So think about that. So now you might have a question that how I can create self-discipline. We're going to briefly talk about that here. Let's talk about we can set a SMART goal. So you might be wondering what that SMART is. SMART means specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely. This will help you stay focused and motivated. And the second thing, what we can do is create a daily routine such as exercise, reading, or meditation to train your brain to follow a routine. So, in order to develop self discipline, we would also need to put our biggest temptation out of sight and out of mind. For example, if we want to eat healthier, then we must throw away junk food. Then we need to acknowledge our weaknesses so that we can overcome them. So let's talk about what kind of reward you would get when you set up your own self-discipline. So first off, it allows you to stay focused on your goals. It helps you stay in control of your mind and enable to handle any situation of life. It works like a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger you become. It helps to put aside unwanted, conflicting emotions, and it also helps to get rid of bad habits and helps to avoid procrastination. So just you have to practice that every day. Now you might be wondering that what are the some of the penalty that you would get when you don't have the self-discipline. So what it does is that when you don't have a self-discipline, it lets you move life forward without purpose and goals. It will allow you to miss the milestones of excuse me everyday activities. It would make you face consistency in performing actions. You would have to face sometimes health problems. Sometimes you have to face distraction and procrastinations. And as you get adult, after your high school or the college, then you would face some financial problems. So you have to keep in mind in order for you to understand how the self discipline can help you develop your skills, so and so forth. But I'm going to open the floor for the Q&A.